Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the PEMCO tutorial video on how to use our contract auto-populating software, brand new at HUDpemco.com under the Forms tab. You'll see that the Forms tab has been divided into areas. Make sure when you're looking for forms, you click on the appropriate area. I'm in area 2A, so I'll be clicking right here on this top link. It opens up a list of all sorts of forms. You'll see contract packages, vandalism forms, contract cancellation, and so forth. We are worried about our contract package, so we're going to click this top link, Owner Occupant. That's going to open up a PDF form ready to be electronically filled out by you. You'll see at the top a big purple bar. Make sure you read the data in the top left. Please fill out the following form. You cannot save data typed into this form. Please print your completed form if you would like a copy for your records. That means make sure when you're filling this out that you have everything in and printed before you exit out, because it will delete your information. On the top right of the purple bar, you'll see a button that says Highlight Fields. This is an option that we've made available to you. If you click it, you'll notice it turns all appropriate lines blue. That means, hey, some information should be entered here. If you click it again, it turns them off. It's entirely up to you. It's your option. It's for your convenience. Make sure, especially if this is your first time filling out this contract form, you read this top paragraph. It is imperative information. Please complete all information in the designated fields shown below to auto-populate the required fields of the sales contract. The completed sales contract and supporting addenda must be signed by the purchaser, and the earnest money deposit must be received by the selling agent prior to electronically submitting the offer. If the bid is accepted, the completed sales contract and supporting addenda, along with the earnest money deposit, must be received by PEMCO within 2 business days of bid acceptance. Now, this excludes Oregon, who handles the earnest money differently. If you need some more information about this, refer to our How to Fill Out the 9548 Sales Contract video for Area 2S. Now let's get started. As we move into the tutorial, please remember that our contract auto-population software is to be used as a convenient safeguard against simple errors that can happen to even the most experienced HUD-registered agent. As long as the information page is filled out in its entirety with accurate information, your contract will be filled out correctly every time. We believe this will create a convenient and efficient way to assure that your contract will move through the review process smoothly and successfully, getting you to that closing table as soon as possible. Now, to submit a bid according to HUD and PEMCO guidelines, your buyer must sign all appropriate forms in the contract package before you submit their bid online. The easiest option for proper completion of the bid and final contract package is as follows. Before you place your bid, open our contract form and fill in all required information except for the bid confirmation number. You haven't submitted your bid yet, so you will not have this number. Once the page, minus the bid confirmation number, is complete, you will have all necessary lines of the contract package ready to print and be signed by your buyer. Once you have printed the contract and obtained your buyer's signature where required, you should then submit your bid and write in the confirmation number on the first line of the 9548 electronic filing addendum and the top right corner of the 9548 sales contract. Now, all you will have to do is get your completed, error-free contract into PEMCO within 2 business days of your bid acceptance. It's also important to note that the form actually does function best in Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox browser options. The reason being, as you go through the form, you'll see little yellow bubbles. These bubbles are what PDF files call sticky notes. The sticky notes are there to help you as you fill out the contract package. If you hover your cursor over them, they give you a tip for filling out the line that they are attached to. For instance, the first one, property address. If you hover over it, a window pops up, says complete property address. Please be sure to enter the complete property address. Now I'm going to start entering the required information onto this first page. It is absolutely imperative that this information is accurate because all of these lines will eventually populate the contract for me. If this is your first time filling out our contract using this software, you'll find when you click the HUD case number or any other line, a window pops up that reminds you you cannot save the form information. Basically saying you need to print it out when you're done because once you exit, you'll lose your information. Okay? We'll click close on that box and go ahead and get started inputting information. Start with a HUD case number. I'm just going to make one up And the property address, make sure it's perfect. And it's nice, I can just tab through the lines. I hit the tab button and it takes me to the next required line. If there's only one purchaser, you'll only need to fill out number 1. If there are 2, a married couple perhaps, you can put both their names. Social Security numbers, absolutely get these accurate, or business EIN numbers, depending on your buyer. As you're filling them out, go ahead and leave out the dashes. It is formatted to put those numbers in for you. You'll see I hit the tab button and the dashes appear. There's my street address. The next line, city, state, and zip. And my purchaser's phone number. This is obviously a made-up phone number, guys. As you can see, the purchaser's names have been populated on the purchaser's combined names and on the final line asking for the style. Now, if you've never done this before or you're curious or have questions about what style means or what you should put in this line, scroll over the sticky note and it shows you some common examples of style. A single woman or man, tenants in common, joint tenants, so on and so forth. Remember, if your buyer is not sure what style and which title should be taken, please have your client seek legal counsel. Okay, now we'll move on to the selling agent / broker information. I'm going to go ahead and put that brokerage name in. The broker name. And the either EIN or Social Security number. Remember, no dashes, it formats it for you. The NAID number, gotta have that. Brokerage address. And phone number. It will also format the phone number for you, as you can see. Now you, as the selling agent, put in some information about yourself. Your address. City, state, and zip. Your phone number. And an active live email address that we can get in touch with you at, if we need to. Okay, this section is all done as well. Moving right along. Now on to the purchase info section. You'll notice the top line says information and amounts must match the bid submitted via the HUD Home Store exactly. This information is your bid submission page, just retyped onto here so we can populate the contract for you, okay? Now, on this first line, bid confirmation number, remember, I said exclude this. We're going to enter it later after you've printed it, gotten your signatures, and submitted your bid. It will then give you the confirmation number and you can write it in. We'll fill these lines out, line 3 and line 5. Purchase price. On to line 5. Closing costs. As we all know, HUD will pay up to 3% closing costs, but you can play with this number. So let's say if you go for 2.5% closing costs, you'll write that numeric figure on this line. If you tab over to the maximum amount line, you should go ahead and type in the 3% amount. Line 6A is your selling broker commission. Once again, HUD will pay up to 3% commission. However, you can play with this number. So write in whatever your commission is, numeric figure of course, just making up a commission. Then tab over and go ahead and put in the 3% amount on the maximum amount line. This next line is the listing broker commission. Let's go ahead and scroll over the sticky note and see what it says. The listing broker commission is 3% of the purchase price or $12.50, whichever is greater. So go ahead, type in the 3% figure or $12.50. Line 7 is your net to HUD. Next line, your earnest money deposit. Remember, this is going to be $500 for $50,000 and under, or $1,000 for $50,001 and above. Okay? Next, you will select your type of financing. We're going to do a good old FHA 203B. The date of offer is the day you are submitting the bid. Go ahead and put a date. The format is month, /day, / the last 2 digits of the current year. Tab over to backup offer. I would love to be considered a backup offer. And if the home was built before 1978, we're definitely going to need that lead-based paint addendum. My home was, so I'm going to click yes. You can also refer to this bottom line here, stating if the property was built before 1978, the lead-based paint addendum must be included. To access this addendum, visit HUDhomestore.com and view the addendums tab for the subject case number. You can also find a blank one at HUDpemco.com. All right, as you can see, the entire first page has been completely filled out appropriately and accurately. Now, first things first, we'll scroll down. You'll see your contract package has been 100% populated for you. How nice, how convenient for you and your buyer and PEMCO. Just showing you the pages here. We don't have to go through them one by one, but I did want you to notice that line 4 is concerning the financing options. There are 3 lines with TBD, or to be determined. These are placed permanently because every area except for 1A or 2A, this is correct. However, in 1A and 2A, we have a $100 down FHA down payment incentive. If you are using this incentive, strike through the TBD on the first line in a blue ink pen, initial it, and just write $100. Line 9, referring to the closing timeline, should be filled in by hand or typed in yourself because right now there is not a line on the populating page to fill in this information. Also important to note, you'll see anywhere a signature is required, the form has placed a Sign Here tab. There is also another tab for anywhere initials are necessary. Okay, now that we've looked over the contract package, we are happy with all the information being entered in for us. Go ahead and print it out, get that buyer's signature, and submit the bid online at HUDhomestore.com. Once you get that bid confirmation number, go ahead and flip over to your electronic filing of the 9548 contract addendum and write it in the top line that states, purchaser and broker have elected to use the electronic 9548 contract downloaded form in the submission of their bid. Directly after that word, put in your bid confirmation number. Also, write it on the right-hand corner of the 9548 sales contract form. And if your bid gets accepted, you'll be ready to go and get that contract into PEMCO within 2 business days. All right, we are all set. Hopefully this video and our new software will help you guys fill out lots and lots of error-free contracts in the near future. If there's anything else we can do, always feel free to call our customer service line. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.